Hi there guys, and welcome to another edition of Wolfi's Tour Roundup with myself Josh and my colleague G.
Hi there sports fans.
So yesterday G, we saw a fantastic time trial, the only one of this year's Tour de France. We suggested that should be the top three.
Yep.
I picked Tadej, you picked Wout van Aert. They were on the podium, but Jonas, what a performance from him. What did you think of yesterday?
That just came out of nowhere. He's been looking like he's been there or thereabouts with Pogačar. Pogačar's been leading the attacks for the last week.
Yeah,
so
and he has shown some signs of weakness, obviously, over the preceding week leading up to the time trial.
Yeah. To see him it was evident from the first two corners, the way Pogačar took him, and it was gingerly, it was gentle, he was like getting into his rhythm. Jonas out of the gate was like a madman.
Yeah.
Especially given how slippery those first two corners proved for the early riders. I think he was taking some major risks that he didn't need to take, but I mean, what a show.
Yeah.
What a show.
Absolutely. To stick in over a minute and a half into Tadej, over what is a relatively short time trial, and then them to, like the Tour de France this year in general, certainly with regards to the general classification, them two head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
So then another nearly minute and a half further back from Tadej, he had Wout van Aert, who was your pick to win. And then after that, everyone was, 2 or 3 or 5 seconds in between the riders as you worked your way down the list.
Yeah.
But those two, continue to show that they are certainly the best Grand Tour racers in the world at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, normally you see, even in the time trial stage of a major tour, even in the mountains, you'll see the big time trialists come forward, but we were discussing how Stefan Kung was just nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
He was down with, I think we were looking at the result sheet, and it's Kung and Fred Wright, which are two names you'd never see together on a time trial.
Exactly. Only maybe in a breakaway situation. But exactly. No, it was an amazing event, amazing time trial, and what a result. And so moving on to today's mountain stage, not quite a summit finish. They go to the highest point of the Tour de France, over 2,300 meters high, which is the final mountain, horse category, of course. Then there's a bit of a descent, and then there's the last 500 meters. So after about 6k of descending, they've got a 500 meter, 10-11% gradient finish, ramp, just sort the legs out a little bit.
That runway,
Exactly. So with a couple of first cats and a third cat climb beforehand, and with it being a traditional tour stage of around 165 kilometers, and given now the time gaps on GC between a lot of the riders, what do you anticipate is going to be happening today, Jay?
It'll be the riders that deliberately took it easy yesterday that are going to get a chance. So we were looking at the results, and we were expecting some names to be in certain places that just quite conspicuously weren't where they should have been.
Yeah.
Guys like Pidcock, he's a much better rider than the time trial yesterday would have indicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are going to be some fresh legs, and there are going to be some tired legs. Mm-hmm. And I think,
especially with the third week of the tour.
Third week, it's all setting in now. But the Yates brothers being so high up there, you'd normally expect them to do something on a stage like this, but how deep did they go yesterday? Yeah,
absolutely. So with regards to that, and then, with the fact that it's not finishing on top of the summit finish, as we said, there's a 6 kilometer descent after the top of the last mountain with that steep ramp at the end. Do you think it's going to be GC contenders going for it, so maybe a Simon or an Adam Yates, who then win the stage, maybe Tadej or Jonas, of course, or do you think that there's going to be a big breakaway that's going to get up the road, and that one or two of those are going to be fighting it out for the stage honours, if you will?
I think it's going to be a breakaway day.
Yeah.
But the GC competition is definitely going to play into it. I think UAE have no choice now but to try and rip it apart. But Jumbo have been the more dominant team in terms of the individuals. We know that Jonas and Tadej were fairly well matched until yesterday. So, if the UAE want to light it up, it's going to be Micah, Yates, Pogačar on a repeating roster of attacks on every climb to try and break Jumbo.
Yeah.
And that's naturally going to drag the pace up, which may make it hard for a breakaway.
Yeah, no, I agree. UAE have no choice but to absolutely light it up. Tadej has to attack pretty early, certainly towards the bottom of of the last climb, to try and get back what is quite a lot of time. Now nearly 2 minutes. Otherwise, with only a few stages left, it'll be very, very difficult to make that time back.
Yeah, that sprinter stage is going to be a foregone conclusion.
Exactly.
That's Philipsen again.
Yep.
So there's no time to be gained there really, and then it's only 2 more mountain stages or 2 more hilly stages, and then we're on to the Champs-Elysees.
And then it's all over.
Yeah, so it's got to be done today.
Exactly. So with that in mind, I'm expecting Tadej, because even if Jonas was to match him all the way up the climb, which I can definitely see happening, rather than Tadej managing to break Jonas, then I think obviously with greater explosivity, Tadej to take at least a stage win.
Yeah.
So, I'm like I did yesterday, I'm going to go for Tadej today. And then, but with no significant time gaps between him and Jonas.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a break, and it's going to be touch and go, whether they're caught or not. I think obviously, even if the break has a handful of seconds at the top of that last climb, then they should make it all the way to the finish.
Yeah.
But with that last climb being, an absolute brute.
Stabby, isn't it?
Exactly. So, and with the tactics from UAE, which they have to do to try to win the Tour de France, I just don't see it surviving.
No.
What's your thoughts?
I'm going to throw my money behind Pidcock just one last time. It would be great to see him take the stage in the fashion he's used to, solo
like
breakaway. Technical descent, stabby finale. If he can hold off over the top of that last climb, maybe go clear with a kilometre to go, I think he'd hold it.
Well, that would be fantastic from a British point of view.
Yeah.
And that would be Ineos's first stage win. Fantastic. So it promises to be a really exciting stage with action from the gun. So I'm looking forward to it. You are as well?
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. As ever, join us at Shakeside Road or the service course for our fan zones. And then again, I'll mention that we're going to be in Ernst, in the restaurant, in the 25 Hours Hotel, with our Wahoo Kicker Bike competition. You should come on down and join us. It's going to be a great viewing party.
Yeah, be great to see you there, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.